is United Kingdom Talk with Chris Reardon.
Good morning, gang. It's Saturday the 4th of July, 2020, which means we need to say a special hello today to our American friends, gang. Yes. La da 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 da. Yes, it is American Independence Day, boys and girls. Good morning to our millions, billions indeed, of American friends this morning who cut themselves off from us all those years ago, and we're still so sad about that, boys and girls. We really are, darlings. America the Great, and just have a look at it now. It's doing very well at the moment, isn't it? Good morning to you if you're in the United States, and a big happy Independence Day to you today, okay? I hope the weather's better than it is here at the moment. Of course, it's very early morning in the States at the moment, but certainly here it's dark and dismal again, as indeed it was yesterday, although I'm very pleased to point out I didn't get wet yesterday. Very happy. Actually, when I went out, it was quite a nice day, and I went for a much shorter walk than I did the day before, because I did, I did over 6 miles the day before, which was very pleasant, no complaints, you know. I did about an hour and 15 minutes yesterday, just because I wanted to get back and get things ready, really, to go to the caravan. Last night I did a load of shirt ironing, completed all my shirts and shoved them back in the cupboard. I have my own a different selection of shirts down at the caravan, which I leave there. Don't want to be carrying back and forth all the time, although usually if my sister's doing the ironing, I'll give them to her. But at the moment, as I've been here, I'm just doing them myself, kind of thing. There we are. So it was a nice walk there. Much quieter in the forest now. I noticed that the last few trips it's got quiet again in the forest. I suppose all those people that didn't usually go in the forest have now stopped going again, and we won't see them again. Well, good. I'm sick to death of seeing bits of rubbish all over the place. Oh, I'm actually thinking about going over there. You see, with the distance I walk over there, you carrying a bag with you, you know, with and picking up all the rubbish as you go along, and the litter picker, that's a little bit of a bind, really. Although I suppose, really, I could... I've got a rucksack. I suppose I could put that on. I can't stand it. Rubbish in the forest. You know, you're going along these like tiny little paths in between trees, and there it is, an empty can of Red Bull on the floor, and that no one goes over there and cleans rubbish up. You know, it's just left there. I mean, whether anyone like me or that goes over there and does that sort of thing, I don't know. I mean, I do, as you know, I do it around the house, and now and again I do see people. There's one lady in particular, she goes around with a little picker, and you do get thanked, only by old people. You know, you don't want to go out there when there's kids around, because they just take the mick out of you. I don't want to live in a dump. You know, don't want to live in a dump. Anyway, so that was my walk in the forest yesterday. I'm very pleased to tell you I didn't get wet yesterday either. Came back here and put my dinner on while I had a spaghetti arrabbiata, which was already in the slow cooker. And while the spaghetti was on, that's when I walked round. I thought I'd do my little litter picking thing. I had a little carrier bag with me. You don't find too many pieces as long as you go every other day. And then got to the end of where my neighbour is. 2 carrier bags full of bottles. Just dumped on the communal grass pit. Full of Beck's bottles they were. Why? Why can't they just put them in their own bins? I don't get it. Why would you want to just dump 2 great big... and they were heavy. 2 great big carriers of bottles. So, of course, I picked those up and put them in my own bin. I don't have a problem with that. That's the other thing sometimes. You see people, you know, oh, I'm not picking up, it's not mine. It's right outside their door. Not picking that up, it's not mine. That attitude, I just don't get it. Anyway, so I did my bit yesterday. Managed to do some washing and get it in before it rained. That's unusual. Just before I had a little sleep at about 5 o'clock, I thought to myself, I'll just check the weather, because it was getting a bit clouded over. I said, rain, what was that? Rain is forecast for 5:15, and it was now about 10 to 4. So I brought my washing in, and then when I got up in the evening, it had indeed rained. Quite pleased about that. Had my hair cut yesterday. There we go, done another haircut. Why does anyone ever need to go to a hairdresser ever again? Answer, you don't. Look, you do it yourself. I haven't done too bad. Now, I'm just going to show you the back. I think it's all right, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, usually, when I'm doing my hair cutting, my home hair cutting, which I still find difficult. The front I now find quite easily. I still find the back difficult. But usually I'll have a little iPad there and a mobile phone behind me pointed at the back. And I'll do a Facebook Live, but to myself, like a private one, so you can't see it. Like they put back the facility of that on there. They didn't have it last time. And I'll literally watch. Now, there's always a delay. So you kind of, you do your back and then you wait about 7 seconds or something like that. And then you can see if you've missed anywhere. Well, I already put that in the car, ready for my impending voyage. My voyage in my Starship UK IGO Mark 5 or whatever it is, to Lincolnshire. I'll be flying through the nebulas, boys and girls. Flying through the nebulas at warp speed tomorrow night. To arrive with fanfares and probably a red carpet put out by Sylvie, who is queen of all caravans in the entire universe, boys and girls. I'll be there. And that barrier will open up as I approach. And I expect, even at 1 o'clock in the morning, there will be lines of people on the little road that goes into the caravan site, clapping as I arrive. I can see that happening. And then of course, people start, oh, would you like to come to our caravan for a cup of tea? No, I just want to go to bed, thank you very much. So I'll be getting there very early Monday morning, which means there'd be no show Monday morning because I'm not sure that all technically wise it'll all be ready, all right? So no show Monday morning. This week's raffle will be moving to Tuesday morning. And that's the reason for that, okay? So that's what I'll be doing. What was I saying? Is anyone going out for a haircut today? Anyone going out for a haircut? Because I gather you can now go out for a haircut, can't you? A lot of oddly enough, I do know quite a lot of male hairdressers. You know the sort. Bit, probably a little bit camper than me, Yeah. Oh, good morning. Can I cut your hair? A little bit like that, my love. I'm glad I'm not camp in any way, shape or form, am I? I've got a very pleasing voice, don't you think? A pleasing voice? I like someone on Gary's British talk show doesn't like my voice. It's very disappointing, really. I can't understand why. Don't understand why. Perhaps they like a more boring tone. Someone that speaks at all the same level all the time and speaks a little bit like that, and they don't like anyone with a little bit of excitement. Maybe that's what it is. Gary's British talk show viewer doesn't like my voice. I begged Gary for the name of this person. He won't give it. I've offered money. Won't give me the name of this person. So anyone having their haircut today? Let's just say hello to some of you there this morning. Good morning to Paul and Lou. It's very early this morning. Morning to Jason Hughes, Daniel Woodhouse, Diane Jebb. Good morning, Diane. All right? Have you recovered from your birthday? I hope you didn't get legless, Diane. I'll be very, very, very disappointed if you got legless. That's not your sort of thing. I'm sure it isn't, Diane. Where are we now? Let's just scroll down there. Morning to Daniel Holmes, Gavin. Good morning, Gavin. Gavin is head of Twittering on this channel, boys and girls. Gavin is a head Twitterer. He retweets my tweetings. I retweeted someone this morning. Sonia was on there. I found Sonia's Twitter. Sonia, you'll never stop me from loving you. La 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 la. That one. And she had a backing track. She had decent sound, actually, which is unusual for some of the live streams. Gary's got really good sound on his show, hasn't he? Technically, Gary's a very good show. You see that backdrop behind him, a camera that's decent, and you can see him without it all going blurry. And the sound quality is very good as well on Gary's show, don't you think? I think it's excellent. Excellent. And Sonia's was as well. I was watching her little Twitter thing, and she was singing that. And I thought, that's the sort. And I got up, I was standing here and I was doing a little bit of a jig. Now, I can't do, a lot of the gay boys can do the dancing, right? If you go to certain gay clubs like GAY, certain songs will come on. In the past, it would have been Steps or Kylie Minogue. And when you see these people on the telly doing their videos, they've always got a few little dancers, little girls and boys dancing behind them, haven't they? Well, these lads, they learn the dance and then they come on and do it. I was never very good at that. I was never very good at the dancing. I can just about do da 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 da, but I can't do the hip movement, as you well know. I tried so hard. Hours I've spent in front of that mirror trying to get that hip movement right. Nope, not for me. Too old. Too old. But why isn't there anyone on TikTok doing the dances that used to be behind Sonia, Kylie Minogue, Madonna, Bananarama? Bananarama. I heard a secret. That one. Only love can set me free, 'cause I'm guilty, guilty, guilty. That one. None of that on TikTok, is there? It's all that new stuff with rapping and all that. And then it suddenly occurred to me, that's because we're all too old to do it. I couldn't do those dances. Whenever I used to play steps on a Saturday night, I'd always have this crowd of people jump onto the stage. This is where I used to DJ at the Black Cap in Camden on a Saturday night. And a Monday as well. They would jump onto the stage and start doing these dances, steps. I'm a deeper shade of blue. Da, 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 da. I can do tragedy. Tragedy. Da, 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 it's tragedy. That one. Because we didn't have to do the hip movement. There were no hip movements like they're doing now on TikTok. There were no hip movements. That's what we need on TikTok. We need people on there doing Bananarama, Kylie Minogue, Madonna, Sonia, stock-aching Walkman dances. I can probably do Rick Astley because he couldn't dance anyway, could he? Usually popular years ago. TikTok was on the telly this morning, actually. And they were talking about the next American general election, you know, and how social media type things can influence people. And the youngest one was TikTok, which was set up, you know, as like a fun thing. And I certainly use it as a fun thing, not to sort of distribute any like political or nasty stuff or anything like that. And other people are on there doing political stuff and all that. And then it's just, and it could affect the American election, because of course a lot of young people watch that and their minds are easily swayed, you know, especially if you've got someone good looking their age. They will follow them and do what they tell them to do without any question, and then in their minds is changed, you know. They can't think for themselves, I think, half the time, some of them. But one of those things, isn't it? I suppose everything gets a little bit like that eventually. Good morning to James Humble. Good morning, James. Morning, James. I haven't seen you for a while. Welcome back to the show, James. Hello, James. Mandy Davenport. Good morning. George Bond. Good morning. Adam the Plumber. The backdrop has arrived. Excellent. Adam the Plumber won our backdrop this week, boys and girls, at the Super Chatters Raffle. The Super Chatters Raffle. Each and every week we have a brand new prize for the Super Chatters Raffle. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's little. This week it's little, but they're very difficult to get hold of this week. This week's Super Chatters Raffle, what happens there? I always explain this. Some people say, oh, but you said that last week. It's like with the bingo. Have you been to the bingo? 8 o'clock comes, they all start screaming, it's 8 o'clock. I mean, how sad and pathetic some people are. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Why haven't you started yet? Why haven't you started yet? Because I'm explaining it to people how to play. Oh, but we all know that. What about the new people? No one thinks of anyone else. No one ever thinks of anyone else. You have to think of the grand scheme of things. New people are joining us every week. It's like this chat show. Millions of new people join us each and every morning for the show, boys and girls. 22 million at the moment. 22 million people are with us on. I'm not one to be led by numbers. You know, if I was, I probably wouldn't be doing it. But 22 million. Okay? Now, the Super Chatter Raffle, every time someone sends a £1 tip, I give them a free raffle ticket. That raffle is on Thursdays. This week's prize is a fridge magnet. Very difficult to get hold of. You can only win one of those. Okay? And there's about 25 left. 20 to 25 left. Now, bear in mind, these go through to that's the raffle prizes for Monday. Okay? So there we are. But not only that, I'm going to throw in a Super Chatters badge as well. 2 for the price of 1. Bloomin' bargain, dear. You should be able to get these in Tesco's. But you can't. You can't. There you go. All right. So if you want one of those, every time you send me a £1 tip, I'll give you a free raffle ticket, and we'll do the draw on Thursday as usual. All right. Good morning to Mark Cording. Morning, Mike. Mark. Hello, Mark. Haven't seen you for a while. Happy Super Spreading Day. Yeah, you're right there, Mark. Dear me. Morning to Mike Reese Ponto. Good morning, young Mike. Welcome along. Scrolling down there. Mark's going to have a haircut today. Okay. I wonder if it'd be any more expensive to have a haircut. I've been doing my own all the time. Do you want to see the back? I meant to show you the back, didn't I? Here we go. Right. Now, just let me know if this is not looking right. If there's any patches. We like patches. We don't like patches, boys and girls. Are you ready? I'm going to now do a twirl. Ready? Ba 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 ba. There you go. There's my twirl. Were there any patches? Did anyone see any patches? Like I say, usually I've got an iPad there and a phone there. The thing is, the iPad's in the car ready to go up to our Lincolnshire television studio complex. So I did it with a mirror and a mobile phone, and it didn't work as well. Not for me. I'm like, oh, have I done that bit or not? I still find it incredibly difficult to do the back. If you had someone doing it, it would be really easy. You don't need to go to hairdressers. I've discovered that now. Look, does that look all right at the front? Of course it does, darling. Good morning to the delightful slipper supplier. Denise is the slipper supplier to this show, boys and girls. In fact, I'm going to give you a job, Denise. I'm going to give you a job now. That's it. We have various people doing various jobs on this show. Denise Andrews. Now, Denise has got ducks. She got ducks. Oh, has she? Hang on a minute. No, hang on a minute. I think the fox has got them. Denise, have you got ducks? What is it you've got? I can't remember now. Is it ducks? Something other than chickens. You've got something other than chickens, haven't you? I shall await your reply before I issue you with your new permanent position on this programme. Okay? We've got lots of people with different jobs here. They drop into my mind. If I can think of a job for you, it will just simply drop into my mind. It's no use some people sit there, oh, I want a job, I want a job. No, it has to just drop into my mind. If I think about it, it won't work. If I thought about what I was going to say before I said it, that wouldn't work. In fact, it would be a silent programme. Perhaps some of you would prefer that. I think Mick Davenport would. Let's have a look there. Scrolling up there. Where are we? Where did we get to there? There's Mike Reese Ponto there. Mike, did you send an email? I don't think you sent an email yet. If you wanted to rejoin the bingo, Mike, can you just send me an email there? Okay, asking to be added to the bingo. I haven't done it yet, so you've still got time, my love. Unless, of course, you don't want to play, and that's all right, my darling. But you came off the list the week before last because you won, and you weren't there, and that's like an automatic thing. You just send us an email, and I'll put you back on there. No problem at all if you want, all right? My haircut is booked for 12 o'clock. Okay, Mark, well, good luck with that, my friend. Good luck with your haircut. That's what you want, Mark. One of those, mate. One of those. Morning to John Parrish. OAP John here. Sherry's fast asleep today, making strange and mysterious noises as usual. Does she do that in her sleep now? Morning to Michael Pullman. Hello to you, sir. Tony King. Good morning, Tony. Everyone's here today. Look, gosh. Remember, I'd rather Jack. Bum, bum. Yes. Oh, I'd rather Jack. Was that Scott Aitken Waterman? I think it was. Jack the party did. Jack. Yeah, I remember that. Remember that very well. That wasn't as unpopular as the other ones, though, I'm afraid. Morning to Shania. Good morning, Shania. Still in the house. DSLD2 is here. Morning. Morning. Adrian Richardson. Shania's just purchased a super chat, boys and girls. Yeah, Shania's just given me a super chat for £2 whole, which means I'm going to give you 2 free raffle tickets. No, you saying please don't, Chris. I'm forcing you. I'm forcing you. I'd like to be forced again. No, I'm forcing you against my will, against your will, to give you 2 free raffle tickets, Shania. so that you might win the little badge, the little badge, and the fridge magnet. Oh, there it is. It's here, waiting to be won. No, I'm very prepared, you know. Be prepared, Cubs. Do your best. We will look in my raffle thing here. I have the quiz. That's the general knowledge quiz there, and I have envelopes ready to send the prizes off next week. I've got to take all these up to the caravan. I guarantee I'll forget something. Guarantee I will forget something. Nearly forget to give you your raffle tickets then. Just a moment, please. Shania Steele. 697 and 698 on hymns number 697 and 698 in your parish hymn books. There you go, darling. All right, a couple of little tickets for you in there. Thank you, Shania, for your kind contribution. I think we might be able to leave the lights on for another 10 minutes now with that contribution. Thank you very much. I can hear that meter going around. Electric meter. It terrifies the life out of me, that thing. Let's have a little look there. Mark, £20? £20 for a haircut, Mark? Jeez. That's a lot of money, isn't it? 20 quid, what, for your hair? It's not like you got a decent style or anything, is it? Like a pudding basin haircut you got. 20 quid? I would have done yours for 6 quid. Blimey. That's a lot of money. Is that because it's in London? Sounds a lot to me. I pay £10, I do. £10. Well, £10, 10 pence with the tip. Always like to give a very big tip. £10, 10 pence with a tip. Thank you very much. Let's have a look there. Fox got ducks. Oh, you got peacocks. Right. So, hang on a minute. You have a new position on the show, Denise, now. I'm inaugurating you. Sorry, that sounds very rude. I am... talking of rudeness, I went back... Was it yesterday's show? There was a bit where we made the most terrible error, and we were looking for something. I won't mention the name again. We were looking for something yesterday, those of you that weren't with us, and someone found it, but they whether or not they checked it, I don't know. Whether or not they checked it, or whether or not they thought it would be funny to put something like that. They give me this link, I read it out, and guess what it was? A rude site. So I must apologise again about that, and I won't mention it again. But I have been back onto yesterday's show very late last. I waited for it. I was so annoyed with myself that I hadn't checked that first. And some people say, well, why haven't you mentioned this? I've said this and I've said that. Well, because I generally like to check stuff out first. You never know when you're going to come across, and it happened yesterday, the first time ever. Something rude. We gave out a rude website accidentally. So I waited up last night, and the video finished processing. It was about 11:30 last night. Went on there, and I can trim a video on YouTube, as in that way at the beginning and that way at the end. I didn't know how to take a bit out the middle though, but I've tried to do it. Whether or not I've succeeded, I don't know. I had a quick check, but it was a little bit late for me to sort of go through the whole thing. Actually, I could listen to it tonight, couldn't I? I could actually have it playing in the car tomorrow night as I'm going up to Lincolnshire, and I'll be able to check it out then to see that bit has now gone from the recording. So fingers crossed it has done all right. Right, so Denise Andrews, she is being inaugurated. Let's give her a drum roll. Denise Andrews has now been awarded the position on the show as head of Slippers and Peacocks. Denise Andrews is now head of Slippers and Peacocks. Thank you very much, Denise. I hope you will accept this job and do your utmost to keep the position of head of Slippers and Peacocks. Some people would laugh at that. I'm glad that you take it seriously, Denise. There's too many people laughing at things that are not funny. All right, my love. Although there's sometimes people, you know me, I try to make light of all situations. I was watching the news yesterday. I think I mentioned this yesterday. I think it was Dan. It was either Dan. No, it wasn't. It was Charlie. Charlie was on BBC Breakfast yesterday with the delightful Naga, Miss Smarty Pants, and that Nunchetti. Nunchetti. Well, whatever name is. Naga Monchetti. That's it. He was with Naga Monchetti yesterday. I was interviewing this politician, and they were doing something about the virus or whatever. And the politician dropped in a couple of funnies, and that blooming Charlie, no sense of humour whatsoever. Do you think it's funny to make fun of something like that? He's going like that, and I thought, oh, for Christ's sake, lighten up, mate. That's what's making me turn off in the morning. Too much serious. We want fun. 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 That's my middle name. Wonderful. Radio London. We want fun. Yeah, we get the serious bit. For Christ's sake. Someone tries to make a little funny. Give him a little smile. Oh, do you think it's funny to make something of that, sir? You miserable old git. Chickens. She's got chickens as well. My beautiful thing there. Look at that. Look, I've turned her around. She got fed up looking the other way. Adrian's going to cut his haircut live this morning. Morning to Fran Green. Morning to Mick Davenport. Oh, just a moment. Let's just scroll down. We've just jumped down there a little bit. Where did we get to? Mike Rees-Ponto's got a haircut appointment this afternoon. Oh, with my personal stylist. Oh, personal stylist. Called me in my own salon called The Kitchen. You do your own as well, Mike. I don't blame you, my nut. I don't blame you. Shania's doing... Are you actually going to church tonight, Shania? Have a lovely time, darling. Good morning to John Aitken. Hello to you. Chris Woodhouse, good morning. Hope you have an amazing day. We will have an amazing day, Chris Woodhouse. If you're going to the pub, be extra careful. There were advice coming there from Chris Woodhouse. Is anyone going to the pub tonight, as a matter of interest? Anyone doing that? I wouldn't go anywhere near one. I'm sorry, wouldn't go anywhere near one. Anyone going to the pub tonight? Let us know. We want to know these things. John says there was a street party near his house last night. Yes, well, we know of a few parties going on at the moment. Illegal parties. Yes. Is Jason been engaged, is he? Jason's got engaged. No, he hasn't. Denise, it's an improvement on head of moaning at home here. You need to add flamingo. Okay, then. Head of slippers, peacocks, and flamingos. Denise Andrews is now head of slippers, peacocks, and flamingos on this channel. Absolutely, I love it. John can't believe the pubs are open. They've been since 6 o'clock in the morning. Who's in the pub? I bet there are people in there, though, aren't they? 6 o'clock in the morning. Good morning to Andy. Andy's sent an awful picture in this morning. I have to tell you, an awful picture. It's a picture that he's done probably some sort of filter of what I'm going to look like when I get old. Ready for this? I look like bleeding Gary Glitter there, dear. Awful. I'm no pedo. Although my mate, it's awful. That is horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Look. Doesn't look anything like me. Look. Don't look anything like me. Horrendous, that. I look like bleeding pedo Gary Glitter. My mate calls me a cat pedo. No, he said a kitten pedo. Because he's got a cat and I always make a beeline for it. Come on, kitten. He said, you're a kitten pedo. A kitten pedo. That's someone who likes young cats. Dreadful expression. Anyway, please don't send any more of those, Andy. I felt quite sick when I saw that, darling. Right. What else have we got here? There's another job being issued there for someone. Went to Lidl last night, very quiet. Got there about 9 o'clock, a bit earlier than I normally get there, but there was only about 5 cars in the car park. It wasn't pouring down with rain, it was coming down a little bit, so that's probably why people stayed away. I bought. Do you know what keeps happening? It always happens with either blueberries or sliced or mushrooms, right? And you get to the thing and you put it on the thing, and the blooming plastic is so badly put on, these plastic tops on these things, that you pick them up and the blooming things come off again. Most depressing. Anyway, I bought a few more bits and pieces to take up to the caravan, to take up to the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex on Sunday night. Shania's going to help get everything ready at church, getting stickers on the seats. Oh, do you want a couple of these, Shania? You know where the seats are in your church? Right, well, not on the front row. You could do it on the... If I get another roll... I've not heard from the bloke who does the stickers yet. If I get another roll of these, could I send them to you? And you could put them... You know where people's like if they're sitting here like this, right? You could put them on the seats in front of them. Eh? Would the church allow that, my love? Or if I haven't got many of these, what you could do is put them on the chalice. And if you could ask your priest, when he's doing the communion, body of Christ, like that, it would be displayed on the front of the chalice like that. Would that be possible to do that, Shania, at all, my love? As a friend of mine? You know, just a little suggestion. Or, you know, on the altar, where the cloth is, don't have the cloth hanging over the front. You could have stickers. You could have my stickers all the way along. And, of course, in the middle, across. You know, but you could have these stickers all along the altar. Advertisement, just a suggestion. There's no vicars, Jason. There's no vicars. Priests, dear. How many times? They're priests. We don't have vicars. That's at the pretend church, darling. The pretend... Ow, I don't want to do what the Pope wants, so I'm going to set up my own church. Pathetic. Who was that? Henry? I mean, what sort of name is that anyway? Henry. Oh, dear me. Do me a favour, love. They had some little lavender plants. If you are in need at the moment of lavender plants, and they're lovely. Oh, you touch them like that, and oh, that smell of lavender. I've got lavender shower gel at the moment. Yes, only £1. £1 from Lidl. I think it was Lidl. Lavender shower gel, and there's another one I like. What flavour is that? Let me get it. I think it's either here or up at the Lincolnshire Television Studio Complex. One moment, please. Oh, here it is. I've got it. There it is. One moment. Here it is. This is the one. Now, this one is from Aldi. It's about 45-50 pence. And it is such a nice smell. What flavour is it? Hibiscus. There we are. I haven't... Oh, you've got to get this one, right? That is such a lovely smell. Hibiscus flavour. Okay, Aldi, hibiscus. Get that. It's so nice. I might even give one away as a prize. Perhaps I could include that on next week's Super Chatter raffle. Hibiscus. Yes, please, mummy. Morning to Ronnie. Morning to you. Was there smut on Gary's show today? That's why you're there. You love it. He works very hard, Gary, doesn't he? As I say, I think technically it's a fantastic. The sound and the picture, wonderful on that. That's the one thing that's missing on a lot of channels, including a lot of the stars and celebrities. A lot of them, I mean, you know, give them their due, they try. A lot of them are just doing it like that through a phone. They just put a phone in front of them and start chatting. Whether or not that bothers people, I notice these things, you know, quality-wise. Gary's picture quality is fantastic. The priest would have to sort that out as only he can touch it. Well, I hope so. Good morning to Michael Lawrence. Morning, young Michael Lawrence. There's Gary. He's there now. Good morning, Gary. Was there any smut on your show this morning, Gary? I'm getting reports that seem to be a lot of smuttiness on your show. Is that right? Control your crowd, Gary. Control them, my love. Morning to Fiona Hunt. Morning. Oh, dear me. Now, what else have we got here? Let me have a look. So no one's going to the pub. No one's going to the pub. Well done, everyone. Don't go in enclosed spaces unless you've got a mask on. Seriously. It's not worth the risk. It really isn't. I don't think it is. Is that it? I discovered, I don't know if this helps you, Gary. I don't know how you do yours, but as you know, my show goes straight to YouTube. So OBS to YouTube. What I have been doing is for each show I go on YouTube and then I have to copy the stream key. You know, this is what I mean by the stream key, right? And then I paste it into my settings and I start. What I've been doing recently with YouTube, sorry, a little bit of technical stuff here, boys and girls, is reusing the settings. So when I go click create live or something like that, it comes up with all this information and you get the old shows still there. It offers you that first, reuse settings. I've started doing that now. I reuse settings and then I change the date at the top and the text in the middle of what's in the show. But everything else remains the same, including the stream key. So if you do it with reuse settings, although it's easy to forget something, you know, you might have, oh, it's all done now, and it's yesterday's date still on there. But you can edit that immediately if you want to. But if you do it like that, you keep the same stream key. Might be useful to you, that, Gary. I don't know if that is for you. I only discovered that this morning. All right. Good morning to Sherry. Hello, Sherry. My love. It's Sherry is up. Congratulations. Are you having like in competition with your husband to see who can lay in the longest before they get a kick in the face to get them out of bed? Is that what it is? Is it? Is that what it is? Oh no, terrible. StreamYard. Okay, I have seen that one. A lot of people use that one, don't they? But that's not really mine. Okay, some stories for you. Now, I've got the window open. I thought I'll open the window, then I won't have to turn on the air. But I'm getting quite warm in here. I think it's my my energy that makes me warm in here. Can I just close that window and I'll have the cold air on. That's better. Do you know, I've got a lovely peace lily, you can't see it, out on the hallway. It's flowered. 2 beautiful white peace lily flowers on it. Also, up my tree, I've got one pine tree in the garden. You can't see it through this window. It's kind of on the right hand side, and it had a solar panel on it. Remember that one? Well, I took that down some months ago now, and I trained up where the brackets were, because the brackets have become part of the tree, if you see what I mean. They're sort of screwed into the tree, and to get them off, the bark's kind of grown around them. So difficult to remove those, and you might kill the tree doing that. So I decided to leave those in. I've trained over these 2 brackets my passion flower, because it was growing up. Well, it's starting to flower. There are hundreds of buds on this thing. It's beautiful. Hopefully I'll get a picture when they're all out, and you'll be able to see that. The lilies at the front are just fantastic. All orange and yellow, beautiful lilies. I must get some more pink ones. I haven't got any pink ones. You know, the ones that really smell. I think they're about £10 a pot, aren't they? I'd like a couple of those. Maybe I'll find some up in Lincolnshire. I don't know. In the paper today, a man in Louisiana has been swimming in a very strange place. Yes. Police in Louisiana, USA, where it is Independence Day today. Ba 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 ba. That one. Police in Louisiana were able to reel in a man captured on video swimming through a fish tank at a sporting goods store. This bloke's 26. Cole told KSLA TV. Why are they all called that in America? They've all got these wonderful names. WQLX. UKT19. Yeah. No, this was KSLA TV. Kevin Wise told KSLA TV that he plunged. I like to be plunged, don't you? He was plunged into the indoor aquarium at a Bass Pro Shop in Bossier City last week to follow through on a promise he made to followers on the social media platform TikTok. Ba 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 ba. I said that if I got 2,000 likes, I would jump in the tank. He said, I can only dream of ever getting 2,000 likes. He said, I got way more than that, and I didn't want to be a liar. A video captured by shopper Treasure McGaw showed Wise swimming through the tank before climbing out and running from the store with wet clothes. We heard a big splash, and I thought it was one of the fish, McGaw told the news outlet. My fiancé was like, somebody's in the tank, and we saw the guy swimming. They called the police, saying it cost them money to empty out the 13,000-gallon aquarium and clean it after the bloke went swimming in it. Well, why would you need to do that? He can't have been that dirty. You emptied an entire tank because some bloke went swimming in it. Idiots. He was charged with simple criminal damage to property and released with a citation to appear in court. He told KSLA TV he planned on continuing to make videos for his followers, but cautioned others against doing similar spur-of-the-moment pranks. So you can do yourself some terrible damage doing these pranks. I've seen some very, very dangerous stuff, not only on TikTok, but certainly on YouTube. We mentioned yesterday free running. You know what free running is? That's where people literally are on roofs, sometimes 10, 20 stories high, blocks close to each other, or houses fairly close to each other, and they jump across from one house to the other. Frightening. Absolutely frightening. It really is. Ronai says the call letters are regional. Like ham radio. Does anyone do ham radio? That's a good thing, isn't it? Ham radio. Used to have a CB radio. I was called Matchbox. Breaker 1-4 Matchbox. Are you on the side? Yes. Matchbox was on the side. He was always on the side, Sherry. Always. John says, I wonder what your neighbours think when they hear your noise repertoire. They come and knock on the door and they say, thank you, we enjoyed it. What did you think they would say? Excuse me. Human remains have been found. This is awful, this story. This was in the Sun. I mean, number one, why would someone sell stuff like this? Number two, why would anyone want to buy it? In the Sun, sickos are openly selling looted human remains on Facebook, despite the social media site supposedly banning the grisly practice. Why would you want a bone from someone? I mean, I could understand it when I pass over. I'll be buried somewhere, and probably within minutes of all the family leaving, and the millions of fans, of course. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just imagine my funeral was going to be a very, very big affair. Yeah, is the Vatican big enough? You know, Vatican Square. All my viewers would be there, crying. You get these people, oh no, don't want to cry at funerals. You know, you must be happy and celebrate. Nope, I want crying. I want crying. I want people throwing themselves and beating them about the chest. People that have been naughty on my channel. People like Peter Wright, Mick Davenport, Jason Hughes. People that have been naughty, I want them to beat themselves. How could we have done that to Chris? Beat themselves and throw themselves on the floor. Maybe self-harming while the mass is going on. When we get close to the end of the mass, after about 5 hours, we'll be on that last hymn, Immaculate Mary. 15 verses, every single one of them sung slowly, with massive intro and outro. The outro's almost as long as the hymn. That's what we want. And I can imagine then being taken by first-class British Airways plane, if they're still flying at that time. Have they got any staff left? Everyone been sacked now? Maybe it'd be self-service on the planes. You don't know. You have to check your own passport. Put the bags on the plane yourself. Oh, it's so much hassle for you, isn't it, really? And when I get back here and I will select my burial plot, I will be buried. The millions of people will come and like a convoy of aeroplanes to my funeral. And then when it's finished, they will all go away. And I expect within 5 minutes of everyone leaving, my grave will be robbed and people will chop bits of me off and try and sell them on eBay at vastly inflated prices. I could see perhaps like, you know, a fingernail going for like £200,000. But straight on eBay. The alleged skulls, anyway, on a serious note, the alleged skulls, it says here in The Sun, of teenage girls and even babies are flogged for thousands of US dollars on private groups, an investigation found. Knives and canes reportedly fashioned out of human bones are also for sale, as well as a book bound with human leather, live science reports. A reporter at the publication infiltrated, that's a great word, isn't it? Infiltrated. Yes, this show has tried to be infiltrated by various people over the years, dear. Not going to happen. A reporter at the publication infiltrated a handful of the offended Facebook groups and tracked what was sold there for 10 months. And it unlocked a world in which human remains are often sold with little information about their origins, the live science site reports. The lack of transparency raises serious questions over how the remains were acquired. The site added with grave robbing one grim possibility. Is that awful? Just horrendous, that is. Why would anyone want to buy something like that and have it in their house? There's no weird people. Like those people that keep snakes and tarantulas and locusts. Why would you want to keep locusts in your house? Horrible things. Dreadful. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful people. Let's see who else is there this morning. Good morning, Peter Paliwoda. Had a weird dream last night. I do like a weird dream. I like a colourful dream. You can never remember. 5 minutes after you woke up, what a fantastic dream. I'll think about that later, and then it's gone. You can't remember it. Why is that? Is that strange? Andy misses his CB days. They were good times, weren't they? CB radio. Fran misses the CB radio too. Adam, can you tell me when you're going to die? As you know, how long it takes to edit a video together of your best bits. I do my best to keep you suitably informed, Adam. Although a soothsayer told me it would happen when I was 57. And I am now 57. So I'm concerned this year. I am concerned this year, boys and girls. Concerned. Peter Wright's been up to the cafe to have a big breakfast in his local cafe. Yummy indeed. And why is that of interest to people, Peter? What you're doing with your mouth? Please tell me why that is of interest to people, that you've had a breakfast and you wish to inform everyone. Perhaps you'd like to post a little picture of your breakfast on Facebook like some people do. Oh, wow. Here's a picture of my breakfast. How interesting. Morning, Peter. The delightful Claire. Most of my dreams are weird, Claire. I like a weird dream. I like a very colourful dream. One dream I had a few times was jumping out the window and flying. I haven't had that for some time now. Years and years and years. Ronai says, man, I'm glad I'm not hung. Why would you want to be hung, Ronai? That all stopped years ago, dear. That stopped years ago when we joined the European Union. We are thinking of bringing it back. Hanging. And don't worry, this programme will be covering the event with cameras at any live hangings that take place. There's a few on here, to be honest. Mandy says there's a pub in Bristol called The Hatchet, whose door was covered in human skin from people that were hung. Were they naughty people? That's what happens to normal people. That's what happens. What else have we got here? Gordon Ramsay. Do you like him? F this and F that. So much swearing. Is that really necessary, Gordon? It says he's never been shy of stepping out of his comfort zone. This is in the Daily Mail this morning. Gordon Ramsay is set to wrangle with a live piranha in the latest episode of his Uncharted series. He's not going to cook one of those, is he? A piranha? In a first look at Sunday's episode, the chef joked. It says he's 53. He looks older than that, doesn't he? Don't you think? The chef, who's 53, joked his cameraman nearly lost a toe after pulling the live fish into his little boat while fishing in the Guyana rivers. Why would you want to take risks like that? Why not just go and get some sticklebacks with a little net in a local pond? No, he has to go to Guyana and look for piranha. I mean, you're asking for trouble, aren't you? Little sticklebacks, that'll do. Little jar next to you while you're sitting there. In the clip, Gordon casts his fishing rod. George Bond does fishing, doesn't he? Casts his fishing rod into the murky waters before being successfully pulling out a live piranha. Clearly shocked by the size of the fish, he screams, "Oh, shh!" before dropping the piranha in the boat dangerously close to the cameraman, adding it's in the boatman. Narrating the hilarious moment, Gordon jokes, "Oops, I panicked, but it's the biggest fish yet. Luckily my cameraman was wearing shoes or he could have lost a toe." After his guide manages to catch an even bigger fish, they pretend to make the two animals kiss as the clip comes to an end. Oh dear. Uncharted sees the star journey around the world, where he meets people from different countries, tries exotic regional cuisines, and learns about their food and culture. Why would you want to do that? My mum told me not to touch anything foreign. Mustn't have it. It will make you very sick, my mum said. I'm sorry, chips only. Chips and beans. That's all we should be eating in this country. None of that foreign stuff. Very dangerous. No Chinese, dear. No Indian, no Thai, nothing. No blooming piranhas. Pufferfish. Pufferfish. Why would you eat a pufferfish with the slight possibility that it might not have been cooked correctly and you die and get poisoned? Ugh. Not a nice way to go, I'm sure, being poisoned by a pufferfish. Are they related to puffer jackets? Pufferfish and puffer jackets, are they related? That is the question I'm asking you this morning. Sing aloud, loud, loud. Someone got blocked toilets. Has Peter Paliwoda got a blocked toilet? Oh, you want to have a little bit more fibre, Peter? That's a problem there, my love. It's not good. If you go and you watch it suddenly sink to the bottom, that's a bad sign, apparently. Some of it's supposed to float. Going over to the Daily Mirror this morning. Mutant potatoes, boys and girls. You may well have seen these, actually. You know when you get your packet of potatoes, it goes in the cupboard, and then you forget about it. A week later, you pick it up and there's little roots growing. Sometimes they get that big, don't they? And then, I mean, I just scrape them off and still cook them. No problem. But what if you leave them for a long time? In the Daily Mirror today, it says, this lady rushed off to go and do lockdown with her boyfriend. Among the belongings she left behind as she hurriedly relocated was a simple bag of potatoes she had picked up from the local shop with the intention of cooking them for dinner. She didn't give them a second thought as she happily passed the time with her boyfriend before returning to the flat in France for the first time 3 months later. But when she opened the door, she said she was left terrified. By the unassuming bag of potatoes which had grown metre-long pink tentacles. We don't like pink tentacles. I don't like tentacles. I don't like tentacles. They frighten me. You see them all sorts of insects, don't you? Beetles. Wasps have got them, haven't they? Tentacles like that. Tentacles are very, very frightening things. Potatoes have them as well if you leave them long enough. They're growing up the wall, dear. Remember Day of the Triffids? Yes. It was a little virus that got them as well, wasn't it? The Triffids are coming. She opened the door and said she was left terrified by the unassuming bag of potatoes which had grown metre-long pink tentacles and reached out to every corner of her small flat. Oh, it's an horrible picture. Would you like me to take a picture of that? Shall I do that for you? One moment, please. We do it. Everything's done here. You haven't got to think about anything, dear. One moment, please. Ba 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 da ba da ba ba ba. Here we go. There we are. Meter-long pink tentacles. Be afraid, boys and girls. Look at those coming out of that bag. That's what happens with potatoes. They're just trying to grow, you see. It says, she said, as I opened the front door, I noticed a strange shape. A very, very strange and mysterious shape. Very strange and mysterious. Strange and mysterious. Shut up. She noticed a strange shape at the back of the kitchen. As the light was off and shutters down, I didn't realise it was the potatoes. It was only after opening the shutters that I took note of this extraordinary sight. I was terrified at first, but after realising what it was, I laughed a lot and shared a video of the plant on Snapchat. I haven't got that, Snapchat. And the other picture that I haven't shown you, well, I will show you, is that they've actually broken through the kitchen sealant. You know that? Oh, did I get that there? There you go. Look at that. They've broken through the kitchen sealant around the sink and the wooden thing. They've come through that, looking for light. That's all they're doing, trying to survive, you see. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights. Yes. My friends couldn't stop laughing. They found the whole situation unbelievable. Photos show the huge shoots have pierced through... There's another good word. Pierced. Through the seal of the kitchen worktops, falling to the floor before wrapping themselves around a broom and even reaching up to her television. But that's what happens with potatoes. I'm sure you've gone in your cupboard before and seen potatoes with large roots. How large roots did you see? I've never seen sort of any more than... They have been about that long, and within the plastic bag they start wrapping themselves about, don't they? Yeah. Let's just scroll a little bit there. Michael, I thought you were going to your caravan. Michael Lawrence is clearly not here all the time, is he, boys and girls? Very disappointed. It's almost like you're watching other channels instead of mine, Michael. Very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. How can you not know the answer to that question? I'll tell you what the best one is when you're doing the raffle tickets. When I do the raffle tickets at the end of the show. Right, so I've done all the raffle tickets, and then someone will come back up. Oh, can you tell me what my number was? I was in the toilet. What a stupid time to go to the toilet while the raffle's happening. Oh, sorry, I was just doing something else. What was my ticket number? I don't know. It's done now and it's in the pot. You think I'm going to go through there? Unlucky. No, you can't have another one. Pay full attention to the show, Michael Lawrence. Very, very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. There you go. Adam Drainage Services to the rescue. Heidi Young, good morning. Morning, Heidi. We are talking about poo. We talk about all sorts of things, Heidi. Poo is a very, very interesting topic. Very interesting. Heidi, have you ever been on the site and that, you know, the old fella who does the maintenance, and he's got one of those, what are they called? You know, the metal things in the ground, the covers, the metal covers, and he's pushing around this sewage. Oh, it enough. Oh, what an awful job. Someone has to do it, of course. I think he said the pump wasn't working once. And all this poo was starting to build up. How awful. I'm at the end. Will I get it worse? Adam, I know. Adam's a plumber. Would I get it worse if the sewage system broke down, Adam? Because I'm right at the end. I'm at the end of the site, mate. I think it stops at me. I flush the chain about 200 times a day, in the hope that anything that might be stuck might be pushed through and get away from my caravan. Thank you very much. Did water get the triffids? No, it was a bacteria. I think it was a bacteria or a virus, something like that. Possibly in water, actually, Peter. Mick, no singing. Oh, shut up, Mick. Mandy, shut him up. He gets on my bleeding nerves half the time. He really does, darling. Shut up. People want me to sing on this channel, They'd rather I did a whole hour of just me singing. Blah, blah. Maybe I'll do I Will Survive. I don't know yet. I might do that one today. We've already done that, Peter. To try and get here at the beginning of the show, Peter. Again, the amount of people that suggest things while the show's on that we've already done because people aren't paying full attention. Very, very disappointed with Peter Pallywood. It won't be the first time this week, Peter, will it, my love? How's your back, by the way? Has it now completely recovered or have you got little twinges? Twinges. I don't like twinges. They worry me. Twinges. Do you like a twinge? Who wants a little twinge today, boys and girls? Twinges frighten me. Where do you get your twinges? I get mine. I'm still getting this problem here. Here. Twinge. Here. There it is. Twinging there. Which is just below. Yep, just below the last rib. Which is the same place as I went to the doctor, possibly at the end of last year, beginning of this year, with a little thing that was kind of sticking up there. It wasn't a bone. And she said, I think it's something to do with your stomach. I'm not sure what it is. And it went down eventually. But this is still hanging around here at the moment. I don't know what it is, dear. There's nothing sticking up. It's just like a twin. Now and again, a little bit of a pain there. My mate thinks I'm full of wind. I'm sure I cannot be. The amount of wind that comes out of my mouth. And at the other end as well, actually. What else have we got here? Heidi, the pump blocks. The pump block a lot in the summer, Chris, when the site is busy. Oh, no. Is that big round thing near the river that you got the stairs, Fiona? Heidi? You know where I mean. I think you have to... I'm not sure if you actually have to cross someone's lawn to get to that. Or you can go round the side. I can't remember now. There's some steps that you go up. And next to it, there's this big round thing with, like, pump noises. Is that where the poo goes? Is it all mixed up and smashed into hundreds of pieces? How does that work? I'm sure the old boy would give me a full demonstration if I asked, but I don't know if I want that. Perhaps I could make a video, an outdoor video. What happens to your poo? Would that be of interest to anyone? Gary has whip sound and Chris has whipped. I had it first, thank you very much. Let's scroll up there. No, Gary can use whatever he wants from this show. He already asked. He can use whatever he wants from this show. Some people say, oh, so-and-so's copying what this and so, not necessarily Gary. So-and-so's copying this. And it's all right. It's okay. I'm flattered. Absolutely flattered that you think there's something on the show that is good enough to be copied. I'm flattered. Not angry. Not like those people who copyright everything. Ow! Oh, I was using my work. Oh, you're using my work. No, please use. Please use. I'm very happy to be used as much as possible. Preferably by the Portuguese football team, but there we are. Right, scroll up there. Let's see. Right, okay. Let's have another story, gang. There's a shortage at B&Q. Won't affect me. DIY? No, thank you very much. But those of you that do DIY, perhaps a little bit more good DIY. Not like, I'm sure many of you can put a screw in the wall. Don't look at me. Well, I might be able to get a screw in the wall. If it's wood, I'm likely to think, oh, this is easy. And then it gets harder and harder. I can't turn it anymore. And then the screw head will break. That's me. Plasterboard? No chance. Oh, I just drill a little hole here. Drill. Then the raw plug. Oh, it's gone right in. Drop down in between the two pieces of plasterboard. I've got holes all over the place. Do you want to see? I've never shown you this before. Here is my first attempt at putting up shelves All right, and you've got to be very careful so you can see this. 1 minute. How am I going to do this? It's a little. Oh, that's better. There we go. 1 moment. There we are. There's one there and one there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Can you see those two holes there? They were the first time I tried to put the shelves up. Don't lean on these shelves, for Christ's sake. There's one there that's got these long post things, and I can see at the top, like long metal things, and you kind of slot these shelves in. So you just put these two metal poles up. They've got little slots in them, and you put the shelves up. And I can see from here the top screw is now out like that. Oh, God. No DIY. It says in the Daily Mirror, first they came for loo roll and pasta. Next the flour disappeared, and now there's a nationwide supply problem for some DIY essentials, as stuck-at-home Brits have been using their time to make improvements and repairs. DIY stores reopened. There's been a rush on plaster. Plaster. Now, I wouldn't have thought that plastering is something that the average DIYer would be able to do. I think it takes great skill. I've watched people do that. Boys do that. Men and boys do that, mainly. I've never seen any ladies doing this type, but no doubt you can. And they make it look so easy. They got this thing on there, and they go like that, and they go, and it's all flat. How do you do that? Amazing. If you are a plasterer, or you can do plastering, you've impressed me. Seriously. Especially if you're like about 30 or 35 and you're up a ladder and I can look at your bum while you're up there. Even better. You know, please don't come round here if you are, middle-aged and overweight like me and do some work. No, we only want young lads in here doing that. About 30, 35, perfect. Do you want any help up that ladder? I'll just stand here in case you fall. It says, those lucky enough to find a supply of plaster have also been faced with soaring prices after factories closed during the lockdown. Everyone's asking for it. It says it's like gold dust, says a building supplier. People are flogging it for ridiculous prices. One of my mates paid £20 for a bag of plaster. So that's like a powder, is it? I would assume, rather than like a pot of something already mixed. I don't know. One of my mates paid £20 for a bag of plaster. Usually it's £7. Well, that's not too much of an increase, is it? A quick scan of eBay shows one seller is advertising 5 bags of plaster for £105. See, I've no idea how much plaster is. They say it's a production shortage. The factory where they make it closed down and it's caused major issues. There's a backlog of orders. I don't even think people can order it at the moment. We can't get it. So there we are. Anything else there at all? It's a British product, you see. You'd think they'd be making a lot of that space. Oh, and then there's a picture of B&Q. Massive queue at B&Q. Gosh. I wonder if they're short of anything else on the DIY side of things. Can you do plastering as a matter of interest? Don't know if you can do anything like that. You can't buy fence paint, says Denise. Now that's a thing, yes. Fence paint. What colour have I got? I think I've got mine green at the moment. If I do the fence, actually, I can't really do my fence anymore. I've got all things growing over it, you know. So the only time that fence is going to be done probably is if it ever has to get replaced. Because I've got the plants growing over it now, unfortunately. Let's have a look here. Where are we now? Peter, going steady, no meds. Pleased to hear that, Peter. Hopefully you'll be back to full recovery. There's nothing funny about a bad back. Never joke about sort of things like that, you know. Thank you, Mandy, standing by there. Heidi's going to set up a little thing with the old bloke. What's his name? He's a lovely old bloke. He's always got time to talk for you, isn't he? He's always got time to talk to you. Last time I saw him, he was down a hole. Do you know the caravan? It's an old bloke and his missus. The old bloke has got glasses on, and he's continually doing maintenance to his caravan. Last time I saw him was actually end of last summer it was, right? And he has got these chains around his caravan, Heidi, plastic chains, and they are red and white. But he noticed, I think it's just like doing DIY, which a lot of blokes and girls love doing it. My sister likes doing a bit of decorating. My sister loves it. She loves it. I hate it, you see. I can't stand it. I don't want to lift up a paintbrush or anything. I hate it. But she won't do my caravan hall orange. I asked for an orange. Nope, won't do it. Oh, it'll look horrible. Yeah, I particularly want it done now because she says it will look horrible. Perhaps you'd like to come round and do it, Heidi. Anyway, so this old bloke, the one with the glasses, he's a nice bloke. Always talked to me as I walk past, on a walk up to the river or something like that. He had these plastic chains, white and red, and he noticed they were a bit faded. Oh, out comes the paint. Oh yes, and all very professional and precise. Newspapers out, and he's spraying. He's got some spray paint, and he's spraying these plastic chains. Red and white again. He's permanently doing it. He's got quite a large plot. He's on a corner. I think you know where my caravan is, don't you, Heidi? So if you would come down from my caravan, the barrier that won't open, yeah? Turn right there, okay? And then left on that corner there. So going down and then sharp left where the big holes were, which I gather have been fixed. Sylvia was on the phone back in April, actually. She told me we've done all the roads while we were closed, which was about time as well, to be honest. They were terrible, this big hole. For some reason, they keep getting water there. And they told me there's no pipes or anything underneath. It always gathers water there. There's a sharp right there. That's the bloke I'm talking about there. Always doing maintenance. His caravan looks fantastic. It's so clean. He's always painting, like, even the paving stones. I think he painted those white. It's got little white stones all around it so people don't come on. He's a very proud man, very proud man. I've got great time for people like that who are proud of what they do. It's like, when I go and pick the rubbish up around here and I think to myself, why doesn't anyone else do that? It's all very well. And kind people, as you're doing it, oh, thanks. Thanks, mate. We appreciate you doing that. And I say, well, thanks very much. And then as they walk off, I think, well, why don't you do it then? Why don't you do it as well? What amazes me is the people that leave the rubbish that gather outside on their front garden. Even if it's so much as a crisp packet. Whereas if I went out there now and a little piece of plastic had blown over onto my very small front garden, right? I'd pick that up straight away. Other bit, they step up, oh, it's not mine. Funny, isn't it? Morning to Ray Reynolds. Will you get me some baked beans when you go to the tin shop, please? 200 will do nicely for the second wave. I'm already there, Ray. I've got carrier bags of baked beans. Carriers full of them, dear. We're not going to run out. Used to the blues, Mike Responto. That's me. Well, hopefully that will happen to me at some point. I don't know when. Ronai, emulation is the greatest form of flattery. I'm very pleased with that, Very pleased. Anyone who wants to copy anything I'm doing, Daniel's going to do a show on Monday. Yeah, I'm not here Monday morning, incidentally, gang, because it's going to be too much of a rush and getting stuff together there. All right. Ronai's going to do a UK chat from West Hollywood. The British getting all the acting roles here anyway. Well, you want to get some decent actors then? It's not my fault the American people can't act. One of those things. I mean, what great American actors do I know? I can't think of any at the moment, really, to be honest. Just how it is, I mean, Michael Caine. Oh, sorry, he's English. Pierce Bronson. Oh, no, sorry, he's English. I can't think of any at the moment, They got those little, sort of minor American acting roles, haven't they? Like small films like Speed. I can't think of his name. Who's the one that done Speed? The Michael Lawrence. Is it no Michael J. Fox? The Michael J. Foxes of this one. Small roles, just small films. British actors are the best, as you well know. Ask Boris Johnson; he would say the same, my love. He's a very good actor. Adrian's having trouble getting hold of plaster. Yes. Pub's opening later. Is anyone going to the pub tonight? Let us know. We want to know. And if you do, please report back here on... Oh, it won't be till Tuesday morning. We'll be here for the bingo, of course, on Sunday night. But Tuesday morning. Mick Davenport, can you do plastering? I think you've got to be very talented to do something like that. Sky hooks are in demand. What are they, Gary? I don't even know what that is, a sky hook. Is that something you sort of screw into the ceiling or something? I've no idea what that is. Yeah, Denise, fence paint, £18 for a 9-litre pot at B&Q, eBay and Amazon. £28, suppliers out of stock. Gosh, how much is that normally then, Denise, fence paint? I would have thought £18 would be about the right price. Perhaps I'm completely wrong with that. I don't know. Don't know. John Parrish went on a site yesterday as he was bored. It calculated when you die. After filling all the questions, it said I'll be dead in 13 months, 6 days and 30 minutes and counting. So upset now. So how long was that? 13 months. Well, let's make a little note of that then. I'll keep that date clear for your funeral. Could you give me the date and I'll put that in my diary, my love. I will attend to your funeral for that in exchange for a small part of your will. Thank you very much. I love the house in the Philippines. Those of you who don't know, John Parrish is head of Filipino affairs on this programme, boys and girls. Scrolling up there. Can we have a vintage episode posted? If you want, Adam, I'll let you do that on my wall, my love. Okay? I'll let you do that on my wall. Heidi owns a £30,000 caravan, not a skip on wheels like us. Yeah, but our caravans are warm. We're happy. We are happy. Can you do a video on arrival at the Lincolnshire studio? I won't need to. There'll be lots of people with cameras and that there, like paparazzi, you see, as I arrive there. Very late in the morning. Excuse me. Michael J. Fox, what was that? Michael J. Fox, what? Is a polio guy from Canada. Yeah, but before that, he was a film person. Not referring to his disability. We don't refer to people's disabilities on this programme, my love. They're just all normal people. And that's it. No staying away from pubs at the moment. Good boy, Mike. Good morning to Scott Walker. Morning. Sky hooks. I don't know what sky hooks are. That's a new thing to me. It's a device used in the bedroom, is it? What, to hold up Gary? Blimey, that would need to be strong, wouldn't it? You started it, dear! Scott's having trouble getting tartan paint. £18 usual price, but they're out of stock. Okay, Denise. Fair enough. I thought that was an over. Oh, thank you, John. It's Peel's time, boys and girls. Look, I would have missed that today without John. John is head of medication on this channel, boys and girls. John is head of medication. Thank you, John. There's Claire. Claire, head of afternoon teas and fashion on this show. Fashion expert. And cucumber queen. Claire is our cucumber queen. No pubs for her. Even though I'm getting terrible withdrawal symptoms for karaoke, when will we ever feel safe with a microphone in our hands again? Well, we were talking about that the other morning. I don't know if you were there, Claire. I have thought of a way. You have a microphone there on a stand. You're not allowed to touch it. With the screen, with a mesh screen in front of it, medical grade, like what you get on masks. And then in front of you and the microphone, a perspex screen going from top to bottom and round the sides. You'd have to stand there. But I think that would work. Okay. Are all tools left-handed? Fiona wants to know. Oh, dear. Right. What else have we got? Oh, pills in the car. Thank you, Mick. Yeah, well, if I forgot my pills, I'd have to come back. End of. Usually, you see, once I've gone up there, I will have my pills there. I have a little box, and they're always in the car with me then. I also have some spare ones in the car, you know. If you was to have an accident and go to hospital or something like that, and you say, oh, yeah, my pills are in the car, you know. Right, morning Tony King. What else have we got here? Let's try this. Man destroys his own home. Now don't walk in the house carrying stupid things like this. In America, dramatic surveillance camera footage captured a man accidentally set home to his house with an illegal firework. In the house. What an idiot. This bloke's in Brooklyn, New York, and decided to set off a Roman candle in his driveway. They're very pretty they are, aren't they, Roman candles? But he could be seen holding the candle, a highly dangerous thing to do in itself, but did not appear to notice one of its shells fly into a ground window and explode. Ground floor window and explode. The firework fan remained outside with his friends while his home began to catch fire and only realised what was happening after the property had become completely engulfed with flames. Oh dear. His attempts to put out the blaze himself were unsuccessful, with the New York Fire Department called out to help. Rona, you can answer this question. We know that if you call out an ambulance in America, then it costs you money, either directly or through insurance that I know you lot have, at least the ones that can afford it. What happens with fire engines? If you call out a fire engine in America, do you have to pay for that? Do you get charged? And also, if you do you get charged if the fire engine is called to your house? And what would happen if you saw a fire and called a fire engine out? Would you get charged for that? How does that work? Because we know you have to pay for ambulances there. It's terrible, really. But that's how it works there, you see. Everyone's supposed to have insurance, although insurance is quite an expensive thing to have. Australia are the same as well. Here, we just pick up the phone. It arrives, doesn't it? Some people really take the mick with ambulances. It makes me very angry, that. Oh, I can't quite walk to the hospital. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Not everyone. Ambulances are for heart attacks and terrible things that happen like that. They're not for someone who can't quite walk with a little bit of effort. I'll just call an ambulance. Not bloody taxi service. Shocking. Anyway, there be the thing there. Keep your windows closed if you're doing fireworks, boys and girls. It's illegal to buy or set off fireworks in New York, with only specially approved commercial displays permitted. And I can see that happening right over this country, actually. I can see that actually happening at some point. They're going to... you'll only be able to go to, proper made firework displays. And let's be honest, some of them are very good. The London ones were fantastic this year, last year, weren't they? Weren't they great? Midnight, 2019. Ronai, fire engine no cost, I see. Tax pays as it's public, ambulance private, cost $2,500 to take door to 9 blocks. Oh, gosh. I see the American health system, and there's no doubt in my mind you've got some fantastic doctors and equipment there. Probably better than we've got here. But how you pay for it over there, it's a business, isn't it? And I personally think health services should be run as a business. They're there for the people, whatever it costs, It's shocking, that is. Thanks very much for that information there. Good morning to Gary. Gary Butler's in the house. Good evening, Gary. Real candles on Christmas trees. When I was a child, many tragedies. I'm sure there were, Peter. I'm sure they also looked fantastic to have real candles on trees. Then we had the little fairy lights with the screw-in ones that always unscrewed themselves, didn't they, before the next Christmas. Now you just plug them in, or battery operated even. They hardly use any electricity at all, do they? I've got fairy lights all around my fence out there, and indeed the caravan as well, which I love very much. Broke my foot last year. He had to pay $14,000 to have that fixed. Wow. Was that insurance, Ronai? Did you pay with that? Did the insurance pay it, or did you have to pay that out your money? Because again, talking to some people in America, they have insurance, and then something happens and they find the insurance doesn't cover it. Shocking, isn't it, really, how that is? Really, it just shouldn't be that health services are there to make a profit like in America. I think it's disgusting how that works. That being said, as I say, they've got fantastic equipment. When you see these hospitals on the telly in America, the equipment and the staff are magnificent. But they've got to pay for it out of their own pocket. Presumably, you've got to have a decent-sized bank account in case something happens. God knows what open heart surgery would cost in America if you had something like that. You know? Well, I don't suppose that'll ever change, unfortunately, for you guys. New chocolate is coming. Oh, yes. New chocolate is coming, boys and girls, in the Metro. Are you a fruit and nut fan? Everyone's a fruit and nut. Guys, da 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 da. That one. Are you a fruit and nut case or a caramel connoisseur when it comes to dairy milk chocolate? We're not talking that nasty Swiss stuff. Oh, we're not talking German chocolate. And I'm sorry, Ronai, we're not talking the vile Hershey's chocolate. It's disgusting. It's bitter. Bitter, dear. Bit like Mick Davenport. Bitter. I've had Hershey's chocolate, all different types. It's just horrible. Dairy milk or Galaxy. In this case, dairy milk chocolate. Cadbury's. There might be a new contender on the block for your eating pleasure. Pen's ready, boys and girls. I'll try and get one of these as a Super Chatter prize, all right? Or maybe just a bingo prize. I'll see if I can get one. Cadbury have announced 3 finalists for the Inventor 2020 competition. Earlier in the year, chocolate lovers were asked to submit their ideas for new flavours of dairy milk, and 3 of the top ones have now been announced. These 3 flavours will go on sale in Tesco as of next Wednesday. Write it down on your diary. Very important. I may just have to rush to Tesco's in Boston next week. All right, I'll have to get there very early before the queues. What time does that open? Anyone know? Heidi Young, do you know? When's Tesco open in Boston on a Wednesday? The 3 flavours will go on sale in Tesco on Wednesday before launching in participating supermarkets nationwide on the 22nd of July. We can't wait that long, dear. 8th of July, new flavour chocolate. What's it going to be? Well, members of the public will then be able to vote for their favourite chocolate, which will become a permanent fixture on their shelves, like I am a permanent fixture on YouTube. The new bars on offer. Dairy milk coconutty. Oh, do you like bouncy? Oh, little pieces of desiccated coconut. And then they get stuck in between your teeth, don't they? Or in Peter Paliwoda's case, underneath his teeth. This was suggested by Gillian, who's in Northern Ireland. Her bar is inspired by her children's love of fresh coconut and includes milk chocolate with coconut crumble studded with smooth white crisp pearls. Gillian said, my children and I are big fans of white chocolate. Racist! She only likes white chocolate. Racist! Racist! My children and I are big fans of white chocolate and coconut after realising there aren't that many white chocolate options in chocolate bars. The combination of coconut and white chocolate was formed to appeal to fresh coconut lovers who are dreaming of a tropical paradise this summer. Pfft. Good luck with that one, everyone. You won't be going anywhere tropical this year, will you? No. Or how about this one? Now, this is my favourite out of the 3. Shannon's Cadbury Dairy Milk Crunchy Honeycomb. Now, I must admit, I think it was at Christmas time. Christmas time, not last year, the year before, me and my mate, we went into Aldi. And they had their coconut honeycomb chocolate. And I bought a bar of this. It was so hard. I mean, it damaged the inside of my mouth. It was that hard. Presumably the Cadbury ones won't be that as hard as that. Shannon, who's from Nottingham, combines her favourite flavours for this crunchy bar. Shannon's bar combines milk... It's not going to be the same as a crunchy, you see. Combines milk chocolate, golden, crunchy honeycomb pieces with tasty caramel flavoured fudge and chopped hazelnuts to add to an even more crunch. I can't stand it! Oh, I can't cope. I've got anxiety now. Where is my safe space? I am a millennial. She says she created out of the blue... there's another one here. And the other one is Taylor's Cadbury Dairy Milk out of the blueberry. Interesting, this one. I'll try this one. I'll try all of them. Possibly all on the same day. Taylor, she's from Leeds, says she created out of the blueberry because of her son's love and obsession for blueberries. Taylor's bar consists of milk chocolate with juicy blueberry flavoured nuggets and white crisp pearls. Taylor said, my eldest son is completely obsessed with blueberries and white chocolate. His love of the two inspired me to create the Out of the Blueberry bar. The blend of sweet chocolate, sweet white chocolate and mouth-watering blueberries complement the milk chocolate to make a yummy snack for all to enjoy. They're £1. They're just £1 for a 105 gram bar. That's a decent size. What's your favourite there, gang? I think mine's got to be the honeycomb one. I do quite like a crunchy. I had one the other day, actually, my mate's house. He's always got sweets up there. He hides them. He blooming hides them from me. I tell you that now. I always have a little sneak in the kitchen, when he's in the toilet, and I'm really quiet opening the fridge door, and he hears it upstairs, which is funny because when I'm talking, he can't hear anything I'm saying. Which one do you like there? Which one do you like there, boys and girls? Any of those? Let's just scroll up there and see what people are saying there. Claire there. Oh, Peter Wright sent a super chat, boys and girls. Thank you, Peter. You weren't late this morning, Peter. Why do you think you were late, dear? 669 and 700. Let's give Peter a super chat thing. Peter right. Peter wrong. Peter right and Peter wrong. I'll put you in as Peter right. 699 and 700. Peter right and Peter wrong. Not Peter Wong. That would be a racist comment, and we don't do racism on this channel, darling. There we are. There you go. A couple of free raffle tickets for you there. Where are we now? No, I told you when I've told you twice now when Monday's raffle is, Peter. You're not paying attention again, darling. Can't believe it. The amount of people that don't listen to anything I'm saying, dear. Scrolling. A mouse lived in a windmill in Peter. Yeah, we've done that one. If a fireman saves you and admixtures aid, what's admixtures? Don't know what that is. Admixtures. Don't know what that is. Oh, administrators aid. You pay for that, do you? Right, okay. There you go. Fiona, the medical costs in your country are shocking. Yes, I tell you what, Fiona, I've the holiday bloke on the telly. He's fantastic, he is. Simon Calder. He's a very thin man, glasses. We've mentioned him many times on this show before. If you've got a question about any holiday, anywhere, for whatever budget, whatever your state of health is, he's got the answer. You don't need to look anything up. He just knows it all. He's fantastic. He used to have his own show on LBC on a Sunday, and you could ring in and do holiday-type questions, right? And they took him off, replaced with a political programme. Boring. Simon Calder is fantastic. And I remember him saying some time ago, the worst country to go to, taking a risk on insurance, because we all know people do it, that, oh, I'll be all right. You don't know that. Look how quickly, something like the flu can come down on you. Like that, it can come. 1 minute you're all right. Oh, I feel a bit funny. And then bang. A bus kind of hits you. An actual bus doesn't hit you. Well, it could do. That could happen. He said the worst place you could possibly go to without insurance is America. If you go to America for a holiday, make sure your insurance covers at least £1 million worth of holiday insurance. You want the gold one. Don't. Oh, I can just say. Oh, I can just say £5 by doing this. What's that fee that you pay? You know, so if you was to claim like I don't know £10,000, you've got to pay the first £100. That thing. There's a name for that, isn't it? Like on insurance, excessive insurance. Oh, what's that called now? You know that. So if you claim £10,000, you've got to pay the first £1,000 out of cash yourself. You know, don't be saving money on American insurance if you're going to America. It is shocking what they charge there. They do have the best, I'm sure, but nevertheless, you know. One moment, please. John Parrish, today's tip when putting a raw plug in a gypsum wall, dip in no nails or mastic to ensure it's tight and doesn't fall in the void. That's a good idea, John. Thank you very much. Ron, I said Hershey's is pretty much liquid plastic. It's horrible stuff, that. Horrible. Oh, Adam's got an old set of 1940s Pifco glass Chinese lanterns. How lovely. Are they all little screw-in things as well? How beautiful. Cadbury's is king. Cadbury's or Galaxy. For me, it's Galaxy. Galaxy has just got the edge over the Cadbury's on there. We are very lucky to have the UK in the NHS. Absolutely. Good morning to Yin Lee. Yin Lee, how lovely. That's a nice name. Yin Lee. Good morning, Yin Lee. Welcome to our little show. Just a bit of madness each and every morning, darling. All right, my love. Ronna, if you get cancer in the UK, do you get immediate attention? No. No, I'm afraid not. You kind of join a queue, which is not what you want to hear, is it? I gather that's the case. You kind of join. I think they try and get you in within a period of time, but it's not a case of, yes, sir, I want to check you for that. Just a moment. Pick up the phone. Okay, go here now. No, we can't do that. I'm pretty sure you can do that, can't you? Don't you go and see someone practically the next day or very, very quickly like that there? Oh, just a second. Let me just scroll back up there. Where are we now, my love? We're getting so much to do there, darling. There we are. Mikey. Oh, Ron, I sent a super chat as well. Give my tickets to Fiona Hunt. She's a pilot. Of course, Ron, I. Very pleased to... Look, you've been bought. You've been bought a super chat, Fiona. Yes. $4. What's that? Is that two? That's about 2 tickets, isn't it? 2 tickets for you, Fiona. Let me give you 2 tickets. This is for this. This is for this. Draw will be next Thursday for that one, my darlings, all right? That's for that. 701 702. Super Chatters raffle every Thursday. Hang on, Fiona. Is it Fiona Hunt? Yes? Fiona Hunt. Fiona Hunt. There you go. 2 free raffle tickets for you, darling. There you go. 701 702. I wonder who will win. Isn't it exciting now? I'm all excited. We've got a few in there now. There's about 10 tickets in there now for the for that. Good morning to Conspiracy Cats. I like the name of that channel. Conspiracy Cats. A very good morning to you. Why do things weigh more underwater? I don't know. Do they? I tell you what, Conspiracy Cats. I've noticed when I've had a bag back before, and this may help you, Peter. I don't know if you go in swimming or not. You don't need to go swimming. But next time you have a bad back, if you can get yourself... Oh, they're all closed, aren't they? Of course. If you can get yourself down to a swimming pool, right, you get in that pool, your back stops hurting immediately. The water takes the weight off. It's wonderful. Seriously. If you can do swimming, all well and good. You might have trouble with the first length, but you kind of somehow the back seemed to stretch out, and after that it's like there's nothing wrong with your back. Then you get out of the pool, you'll be okay, and then gradually I'm afraid it will come back on again. But that was the best relief I've had from backache, was to get into a swimming pool. Fantastic. Jason Hughes is on another channel. What, Gary Butler? Not my nephew. My nephew wouldn't do that to me. Do you know what? He was around my caravan yesterday with the 2 children, which I'm pleased about. I don't like to have something that's not being used. Do you know what I mean? So Gary went round to my caravan yesterday with the 2 children. On went the telly at very loud volumes, as far as what I can tell. And what had he gone round there? He'd gone down to drop me a gift round. They've got me a gift. I do like a gift. A surprise gift. I don't know what it is. How exciting, a surprise gift. And I asked him while he was there to plug in my fridge and freezer. So when I take my stuff up there tomorrow, I've got loads of stuff to take up there. While he was there, I asked him, I just wanted to check on the situation of sheets. I can't remember what sheets I've still got there. So he opened the cupboard and my sheets are there, and that's great. I said, okay, good. I won't need to bring any more up then. Anyway, and then later that night, then I went for an afternoon kip. And then when I woke up, there was a picture. He's made my bed. That's good, isn't it? He's made my bed for me. He's done all the sheets and all that business. So thank you very much, Gary, while the 2 children were watching the telly. Although knowing him, there'd be a spider or something like that underneath the bed sheet. I'll get there in the morning with it. Quickly pull back the sheet to sit. I would stand by with the Hoover, you know. I want to know how spiders can get in beds. Do they climb under there to keep warm? Cats can do it, can't they? John's too old to get insurance. Yes, that's very good. Very good. Galaxy is a more creamy taste. You're quite right, Fiona. It's lovely. It's lovely, Galaxy chocolate. That's my favourite there. I hope he hasn't left me chocolate logs in the bed. Right, what else have we got here? Lee Ryan from Blue. Do you remember him? I like Blue. La da 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 da. Oh, Blue, All Rise, that isn't it? Let me write that down. That's a good one for the music quiz, actually. Blue, All Rise. I'm having trouble actually getting my current affairs questions down the line. It keeps, every time I go and try and click on my PayPal, I usually PayPal for these things, it keeps bringing up a virus. It says the site hijack. It says hijack alert, so I can't go any further with it. Although I could enter my card details, but I'm a bit worried about that. I can't get. I've tried sending them an email, but no reply yet. Anyway, in the Daily Mail, sorry, in the Daily Star today, Lee Ryan from Blue recalls Blue's performance at the Eurovision Song Contest 2011, 9 years ago, when a badly timed wind for the singer ended in calamity. Lee Ryan, a member of Blue, ba 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 ba, admitted he suffered an unfortunate incident when the boy band appeared on the Eurovision Song Contest 2011. Ba 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 ba. That one. Lee, along with fellow Blue members Duncan James, Simon Webb and Anthony Costa, who was the black one? He was the best looking one, weren't he? What's his name? I don't know what his name is. He's the best looking one. I think he's Anthony, actually. Is he Anthony? He's either Anthony or Simon. Anyway, they reunited for a virtual reunion as they watched Netflix's new film, The Eurovision Song Contest, which I told you we watched last week. It is hilarious. Please watch it. The Eurovision Song Contest film on Netflix. Discussing their time on the world-famous singing contest, the boys recall the incident which saw Lee not quite make the mark. He said, remember when you had diarrhea and farted and followed through in the car and it staked the whole car out? Oh, no! Has that ever happened to anyone? Go on, admit it. I have very close to that on a couple of occasions with my IBS. It's awful. Nothing worse than sitting in traffic in the middle of London, absolutely desperate to go. I've just made it so far. It's not happened yet. If it's happened to you, oh, you don't have to admit it. My heart goes out to you. It's awful, isn't it? The incident has plagued Lee's memory ever since. But his accident wasn't the only thing Lee remembered. As the singer explained, he wanted to get onto the booze, which was against protocol. He remembered, I remember them saying, don't get drunk, and I'm like, I really want to get drunk. Watching the film, Lee interjected, how come we didn't get a shot to be in this movie? Well, you weren't good enough. No, I think that film was mainly about, it was a humorous film. It was a funny film. I don't think they would have fitted into it, to be honest. The four-piece performed the single I Can and were pegged as the fourth favourite to win the contest, according to bookmakers. But they didn't win. They didn't come last, and at the close of voting, we got, I think, 11th place, which is probably one of the highest places we've had over the last 10, 15 years now, isn't it? Which is a great shame. They don't vote for us anymore, though. They never are going to. They are never going to vote for us again, I tell you that now. John Simon Webb, is he the black guy? Very, very good looking. Very good looking. John's got Lee Ryan's solo album. It's really good. He's got a great voice. Yes, indeed, all of them have. I like the whole dance routines that these boy bands do, which I think are excellent. All right. John watched Gary's video. He showed us how to strip down a television. Putting it back together, he had a few bits left over. That's what would happen to me. Dreadful. All right. Disneyland parks. Who likes Disney? Hello. We like Disney. We like Disney. We like Florida the best. That is the best theme park ever. Disney World in Florida. The castle one. Fantasyland. Whatever it's called. The castle one. Now, I don't go on roller coasters. They terrify me. I won't go on a roller coaster. Some people do. They love it. They sit on there screaming their heads off with the possibility that they think they're going to die. But, again, in the Daily Star, a Disneyland's park has introduced a bizarre rule on screaming. Guests have been warned they're not allowed to scream even when on terrifying rides. Well, I don't know how that's going to work. Disneyland Tokyo has reopened with strict new rules. The theme park closed for 4 months during the coronavirus, but it's now returned with health and safety measures in place. Some of the regulations should be easy enough to stick to, include washing hands regularly and using cashless payments to avoid contact. But there's one piece of advice that some will struggle to abide by. In a bid to slow the spread of the virus, screaming loudly on rides at the Japanese attraction is no longer permitted. This means no yelling while whizzing down Space Mountain or shrieking in the Haunted Mansion. Now, if I was on one of those awful rides, roller coaster things, I'd be screaming my head off. So frightening. However, it says in the Daily Star, guests don't seem to be put off by this new rule. Tourists have returned and the Disney theme park is currently operating at 50% capacity. Upon arrival at Disneyland Tokyo, temperature checks are carried out and people are turned away if they are displaying readings of 37.8 degrees or more. While inside the attraction, visitors must keep a distance while queuing. Masks are mandatory on many of the rides, but this requirement doesn't apply to guests who are under the age of 6. You see, I would advise anyone who's going to a place where you've got lots of people, or certainly all shops, all enclosed spaces, put a mask on. It's all right. I didn't think I'd get on one. I'm quite happy with my mask on now, walking around Lidl or Rowdy or somewhere like that, or in the post office. Trips to Disney used to involve getting close and personal with your favourite characters for photo opportunities and meet and greets. Well, I think they can still do that. You're just not going to be standing next to them with one arm over the other, are you? That's how it works. It's unlikely this will be the case until the global pandemic is more under control. For now, staff are being trained in contactless interaction with guests. As well as this, some shows and events have been cancelled in a bid to keep tourists and staff members as safe as possible. So they're trying to do stuff. People, businesses are trying to do stuff, aren't they? You know? They're trying to do bits and pieces. I think that's good. That's good. Right. Okay, let's do today's raffle tickets, boys and girls. No one has sent a super chat, have they? Let's have a little look there. Okay, raffle for Monday's raffle, which this week will be on Tuesday morning, okay? Tuesday morning will be the raffle this week. All right. Let's just get some tickets out there, my loves. So if you want a raffle ticket for Tuesday's raffle this week, speak now. I've got one sitting here on its own. I don't know what that's doing there. Let's chuck that away. I might be a mistake. 5:45. Oh, do you know what? I haven't got... Where's my mobile phone? The text phone. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Have I not turned that on? Silly git. Oh, I have got it on. There it is. Good morning to Maureen. Morning, Maureen. I won't be going to the pubs yet. Me neither, Maureen. Me neither. 549 for Maureen this morning. Maureen, thank you. 549. Here we go. Oh, Peter's been on the Big Dipper in Blackpool. Never once, never again. No, I wouldn't, Peter. No way would I get on anything like that. Why would you want to go on that? My favourite ride at Disney is It's a Small World. La 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 la. I wonder if there's a piano version of that. Do you know? I'm just going to look that up. Piano, It's a Small World. Hang on. YouTube. Please, Mummy. Sorry. YouTube. It's a Small World. I bet there is. Yes! 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 Oh, I need to be singing this for you as a little girl. Yes! Right, hang on. Now we need the lyrics. Let's try it. She's playing that a bit fast, isn't she? Hang on a minute. Yeah, I've got to sing this. Oh, how am I going to do this? She starts playing so quickly. Blimey, it's right at the beginning of the video, that is. What's the first line? It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. I'm going to have to drop the key a bit. Sounds quite high. Hang on a minute. That'll do. Ready? What's the first line? It's a world of laughter. Okay. World of tears. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hope and a world of fears. There's so much that we share that it's time we're aware. It's a small world after all. 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 It's a small world. There is just one moon and one golden sun, and a smile means friendship to everyone. Oh, hang on a minute, I've run out of words. Oh, shut up. I've run out of words. Oh, we can't have half the song, dear. Why have we run out of words there? I haven't got the whole song there, just the first bit of it. Oh, 1 minute. Is that it there? One moment. Where's all the lyrics gone? Oh, Trip Savvy. 1 moment, Trip Savvy. It might be on there. Here it is. There's the whole song there. Here we go. Oh, I love it. Sorry, are you waiting for your raffle tickets? Wait a bit longer. 1 moment. Here we go. Now, shall I use... Let's see if I can find a different version so we've got a bit of an intro. Because that's just such a quick start on there. She's very good at it. Piano cover. Let's try this one. Oh, too slow, dear. Ride, small world. Variations. Okay. What's this one then? Oh, no, dear. Close player. Relaxing piano, maybe? Oh, that looks like a Disney thing. Can't use that one. Let's try. No, not that one. I think we might have to go back to the little girl. It's a creepy piano cover. Is that the little girl again? Oh, what's this? Magic Kingdom Movements? Nope. Nope, I think we're going to have to go back to the little girl.
This is It's a Small World.
It's a small world. Oh, hang on, just a minute. I'm getting this so wrong today, dear. Oh, I know why. Sorry, bear with me, boys and girls. Here we go, here we go, here we go. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share when it's time. We're aware it's a small world after all. 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 It's a small world. There is just one moon and one golden sun, and a smile means friendship to everyone. Though the mountains differ. She changed the bleeding key. Cow changed the bleeding key then. I can't keep up with that. There we go. A special performance of Disney music for you today, boys and girls. Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? Right, let's do these tickets. John Aitken. We done Maureen. 549 for Maureen. John Aitken. 550. 550 for John Aitken. Fran Green, 551. Jason Hughes, 552. Fran Green, 5... No, we've done Fran. Why have I gone to that Fran? Diane Jebb. Diane Jebb, 553. Joe, 554. Michael Lawrence, 555. Gary Davidson, 556. Claire, 557. Mick Davenport, 558. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Where's Pete? Was that? Where did we get to with that? Oh, it's jumped down. That as now. Did we do Claire? There's Claire McDavenport. Thank you, Tony King. 559. Denise Andrews. 560. Ross Herndon. 561. Chris Woodhouse, 562. Where are we now? Colin Kay, 563. Peter Paliwoda, 564. Bum, bum, bum. Claire doesn't like my noises. Claire! Really? You should be with us at the quiz, Claire. I really lose the plot now on Tuesday nights. Really. Seriously. It worries me. I'm scared of myself. Is that possible? Is that everyone? Let's have a look. I'm just scrolling down there, my darling. Do 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 do. John hates the song, do you? Unlucky. I might sing it again. Do 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 do. Daniel Holmes, thank you. 565. Do 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 do. Right, I think I've done it. Andy, 566. For Andy. Right, is that if I've missed anyone out? Please speak now. Okay, please speak now if I've missed anyone out. If, as always, gang, if you've asked for your raffle tickets by email, I deal with those immediately after the show. Meanwhile, let's do today's birthdays. Happy birthday on this Saturday, the 4th of July 2020, to my dear friend, Simon Hollowheadway, who likes underpants parties, don't you, Simon? He runs catalogues as well. Good morning, Simon. He's in Australia. I DJ'd with him 25 years ago. Must be at Reflex in Putney. Actually, I had the DJ job there, and then I left, and him and his other half took over. So happy birthday to Simon Holloway. I wonder if I'll ever see you again, Simon. It's been so many years. So many years. Happy birthday, Simon. Happy birthday today to Carl Dixon, 54 years old today. Steve Keeble. Good morning, Steve. Happy birthday to you. Brad Shizowski is 42 today. Paul Henkins, happy birthday, Paul. And Dharam Singh today is 27 years old. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Yeah. Happy birthday, boys and girls. I know, right, too late now, I'm afraid. Daniel Holmes says it's my niece's and my sister's birthdays today. What a shame you didn't put the names up there, my love. We could have wished them happy birthday, but there you go. Happy birthday to you. That's it today. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. I'll see you again for Bingo tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Bingo tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Have a lovely day. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now.